Hey everyone, I've got another update regarding Mahailah. It's an interesting update. I'll just wait for the notification to come through to show me that I'm online with you guys, and then we'll get stuck into it. Yeah. Oh dear, what a fun day we've had, eh? I must admit, you guys, thank you. Thank you for going to bat for Mahailah. So, part 4. As of 6:30 p.m. tonight, Mahailah was finally granted the ability to pay her rent. Yay! She was able to pay 2 weeks' rent. But look what we had to do to get that to happen. They're not happy. The person who was on the phone to her was very rude, very short, very spiteful. And as far as they're concerned, right, they have fixed the problem. So they've told her, right, she's expressed that she wants to be off the card because she still can't use the card in her town to buy food. Right, but the person on the other end of the phone did want to have a bar of it. Was very rude. Didn't want to know that she still can't pay rent. Still can't pay food. You know what I mean? So finally let her pay her rent. So when she said about the other issues with the card, the woman dismissed it as though she doesn't have any other issues with the card, which is a load of rot. She just, and Mahailah said to him, so how is no access to food not an issue? So we've got half a win. We're getting there slowly. So, they were very rude to her on the phone, but finally they've let her pay some rent. We need to keep the pressure up, right? Hashtag let Mahailah off the card, because it may be one thing to be able to pay rent, which means her landlord can pay her mortgage and she can buy her food. But Mahailah still can't buy food, or pay for her childcare fees, or pay for her school needs for her kids, or pay for transport. She still can't live. She can only pay rent now, okay? So that's the next thing we need to start on, is the fact that we have a card holder stuck in a town who can't buy food and can't do anything apart from pay rent. They've finally allowed her to pay 2 weeks' rent. And as far as they're concerned, right, as far as they're concerned, they've just turned around and said, we've resolved your issue. No, they haven't. Not by a long shot. They've only resolved part of the issue by finally, after 6 weeks and being lied to and stuffed around, they finally let her pay 2 weeks' rent tonight. Let's see how long that lasts for. Okay? But apparently, as far as they're concerned, Services Australia have mended the issue. That's the attitude that she's been, the woman was talking down to her, being condescending and rude. They've mended the issue. No, they haven't resolved the issue at all. All they've done, yes, finally, she keeps the roof over her head. Whew, thank God for that. Do you know what I mean? But we still have the issue of being able to pay for everything else that she needs to be able to live. And that's, so how gracious of them to allow her to pay rent. And let's see how long that lasts for. Let's see if she can pay rent next fortnight, hey? Meanwhile, she's supposed to live on fresh air and walk round pie. You know what I mean? Because, you don't need to buy food. You don't need to buy stuff for your kids for school. You don't need to do all that sort of stuff. It's getting ridiculous what they're doing to people. So, but I'm glad. And I say thank you to everybody who has rang the Minister's office today and who has shared these videos and stood in solidarity with Mahailah. I can tell you now that means more to her than anything. She's on her own. And I can tell you now, the support from you guys, right, is holding this kid together. She's half my age. She's 25 years old, going through this on her own over there, and they're just treating her like crap, right? It's not fair to treat anybody the way they're treating people, and we will keep fighting. You know what I mean? Hey, Mahailah, the comment underneath yours, Julie says, what's the nutritional value of 6 cans of UDL? Yeah, because that's all she's allowed to buy is alcohol. How freaking ridiculous is this? The only thing she can buy is alcohol. Oh, we've mended the issue. We've resolved your issue. No, you haven't. Right? She's got a 9-week-old baby, a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old. What are they supposed to eat? Grass? Right? So, she needs to be off the card. She's in an area that can't cope with it, doesn't even have the correct infrastructure for it. She should never be on it. Right? I've just spoken to somebody who is friends with her, which will surprise her, on the phone, right? And to find out that a person's been to jail, person who was on the cashless debit card, went to jail, and when they came out of jail, they got off the card. Go figure, they got off the card when they came out of jail. But Mahailah and people like her are stuck on the card. It's disgusting. You know? Julie Collins, can you message me the page and I'll give you the details on how you can help Mahailah, okay? Yeah, just message the page here and I can give you the details in the inbox. Thank you very much, Julie. You know, this is... So we'll keep fighting for all these people. And, yeah, so I'll ring you after, Mahailah, and I'll let you know who it was. Jessica, just message the page, okay? And I'll give you the details. Thank you guys for supporting this young woman. Thank you for the help. Thank you for the calls. Thank you for coming to bat. I can see we're going to have to do this a lot more. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's do this. The No Card Army is going to stand up for these people. And we're going to need to form that army to do it. You know, we've got the members to do it here. Let's do it. Let's get active. Right. Yeah. Well, Anne Ruston's office deserve everything they get, really, because this is just disgusting. What they're doing to people is just absolutely horrendous. So we will continue to keep going, and yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to say good night for now, and thank you to all those. And if you want to help out, just flick me a message in the inbox here, and I can give you the details of how you can help Mahailah get through. And we'll keep pushing, because the only way to fix this for Mahailah is she has to come off the card. She can't stay on the card and not have access to food. It's a basic human right, for God's sakes. Do you know what I mean? It's a human right to be able to have access to food. This comes under, basically, they're breaching the right to Social Security. They're breaching every human right here. And this is what we have to start doing, standing up and defending the human rights of these people that are forced onto this card. Every single one of them. And everyone, if you know anybody on the card and they've had problems, right, we need them to voice their stories. And they need to come out. If you're in the Hervey Bay to Bundaberg region, the No Cashless Debit Card Hinkler page is there. Join the page and write your stories. Post them to us. If you don't want to use your name, send a message here and then I'll put it up anonymously for you. We've just got to keep exposing the truth about this card and what it's doing to families, what it's doing to parents like Mahailah, and empower these people to be strong enough to stand up and fight for themselves alongside while we fight with them. Do you know what I mean? So I'll say good night, and so we had a half a win. All right, we've got to go the whole hog here. She's got to be able to buy food. This is not over. All right. She can't get around it by paying rent through Centrepay because her owner doesn't take Centrepay. I have to keep reiterating, Centrepay is not accepted by every landlord in Australia. It is basically only accepted by public housing, community housing, and a few real estates, right? But the majority of private rentals and a lot of real estates don't accept Centrepay. Okay? The myth that everybody can send to pay their rent is just not out there. You know what I mean? Yeah, so the same as not everybody can use BPay, because a lot of private landlords don't accept BPay. You know what I mean? So they just don't use it. Okay, it's not an option. Okay, it's all right, Mahailah. We've got your back, girl. We've got your back. All right, and we're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere. You're not on your own in this. All right. You're not on your own. And I'll give you a call a bit later and I'll let you know who I was talking to behind your back on the phone. But it was a friend of yours, okay, from over this way that contacted me, okay? And somebody you know very well. So, okay, I'm so glad that you guys raised hell today and we finally got, at least, she's safe for another fortnight, okay? Yay. The rent's paid up, finally. But now that still got to get her off the card, you know, because she can't live like this. And more people need to be off the card. We need to stop the card. You've just seen what people power can do. We need to do it tenfold. We need to do it more. Okay? And card holders have to come out in droves, all right, as well. And we'll get right behind them. People power can stop this, and it's going to take people power to do it, okay? All right, people, night, and I'll talk to you guys later. And Mahailah, I'll talk to you shortly. See ya.